These are Good Groceries, a series about growing and cooking delicious food. Radicchio and Endive are definitely my favorite winter greens to grow. They are incredibly cold hardy, they're delicious, they're versatile, they're beautiful. You do have to be careful because voles will eat the roots, so I do have to trap the voles to keep them from destroying my winter crop. But look how gorgeous this plant is. And I grow quite a few varieties. Probably last year I grew something like 8 varieties. There's a few endives I really like. There's quite a few radicchios I really like. Each have their own characteristics and colors and textures and flavor profiles. Definitely recommend getting one of these big salad spinners if you grow a lot of greens. It makes the washing and drying process so easy, and you can get them nice and dry so they'll store in the fridge for a long time. So a hot pan on the stove, we're going to toast some pumpkin seeds. And you can toast any nut for this recipe, and don't tell Sally Fallon I did not soak these. We want to toast these till they're nice and brown and nutty, and pumpkin seeds will start to pop when they're at that perfect toasted level. Then we'll set those aside, put a few tablespoons of balsamic vinegar into the hot pan, start making a balsamic reduction. We'll be cooking that down. About halfway through, add a little bit of maple syrup, add a pat of butter, melt that in. Then once that's reduced a little more, we'll add the pumpkin seeds back in, stir those around, get them nice and coated. And we're just going to reduce that a little bit further until it's a little bit like more of a candying. We'll add some salt here at the end, some nice coarse Maldon salt, and just cook those till they dry down a fair bit. And then we're going to set those aside to cool. Next is our dressing. So 2 cloves of crushed garlic, more if you like, but 2 is the minimum you need. Put those in a jar. And my recipe is a 2-to-1 recipe. You can use any vinegar you want. Here I'm using rice wine vinegar, but you can use red wine, apple cider, balsamic, whatever you like. And then we're going to do 1 part of that, 2 parts of a good olive oil. This is some really good Californian olive oil that I buy bulk. Next is some honey, just for a touch of sweetness. It also helps emulsify the dressing. Some Dijon mustard, same thing with the emulsion properties of that, emulsifying properties. Some salt and a bunch of pepper. Mustard is actually really high in mucilage, so it helps to bind the oil and the vinegar together. That's why we add it. It also obviously tastes nice as well. Gonna give that a really good shake. Get everything nice and emulsified. Emulsification is what makes a really good dressing, when you can get the oil and vinegar to mix really well. I find that's the most enjoyable dressing, and it's just so easy to make. I've taught little kids how to make this. Anyone can make this. You don't need to buy dressing anymore. Just make dressing. It's so easy. Just do 2-to-1. Put whatever you want in there. Taste it. Here I'm just tasting to see if my levels are right. Don't be afraid to taste your food. Don't be afraid to, use your God-given senses to make food taste good. It's actually pretty easy. We're going to take our washed greens, throw those in a bowl. I like to shred them a little bit. Keep some big chunks. Get some nice textures going. We got that frise, which is a beautiful endive variety. We've got all kinds of beautiful radicchios. This red radicchio, I like to chop those because they have kind of a crunchy stem. Now we're going to dress the salad. Or actually, first we're going to put the pumpkin seeds on. And you can see here they kind of stuck to that plate. Typically I'll use a silpat, or you could use parchment paper to cool those down so they don't stick, but it was no big deal. I just scraped them off. Next we'll dress it. And with dressing a salad, you don't want to go crazy. You put a little bit on, toss it in, get your hands in there. You want to feel your food. It's just better that way. Taste it, make sure you got enough dressing. You can always add more, but you can't add less. Once it's in there, you're done. All right, we're gonna plate this up, and look, this is not a restaurant. This is home cooking. We're gonna put this on the table. Our family's gonna eat this. Put some pumpkin seeds on the top of that. Then we're gonna put some feta for some nice salty contrast. We'll pick it back up off the counter where it fell off. And there you have it. That's the radicchio salad. It's an absolute winner. Let's taste it. Let's see how this is. crunchy, nutty, sweet, tangy, a little salt from the feta, bitterness, but it's mild. Radicchio and Endive is sweet. Absolute banger.